system that would work, not one that was shot full of holes and inadequacy.
Question number 2, the Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Immigration. Does he stand by all his statements and actions in relation to the deportation liability of Carol Schrobeck?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Chris Hipkins.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Immigration, yes, based on the information and advice that was available at the time.
Has any staff from his office had any communications, whether a phone call, text, message, email or face-to-face conversation, with staff from the Minister of Police's office, the Minister himself or New Zealand Police employees regarding Carol Schrobeck?
Mr Speaker, I can't answer that in any great detail. I imagine there would have been conversations, certainly in the last 24 hours.
Has any staff from his office had any communications, whether a phone call, text, message, email, face-to-face conversation, with staff from the Minister of Police's office, the Minister himself or New Zealand Police employees regarding the personal contact details of the estranged wife of Carol Schrobeck?
On behalf of the Minister of Immigration.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, I have been advised in preparation for this question that the address of Mr Schrobeck's estranged wife was already known to immigration officials.
Would it be appropriate for his staff to have had conversations about locating the estranged wife of Carol Schrobeck with any other ministerial officers or agencies?
Mr Speaker, as I indicated in my answer to the previous question, they already had that information.
Does he agree with the comments of the Police Minister in respect of Mr Schrobeck's estranged wife, quote, "There are some people who just need to be kept safe, and there is no way that anyone apart from police should know where that is," end quote?
I'm going to give the member another chance to sheet it home to the responsibility of the Minister of Immigration. Currently, that question would be fine for the Minister of Police or the Prime Minister, but not this Minister.
I'm speaking to that point, Mr Speaker.
No, I've offered the member a chance to redo the question.
Among his actions, is there agreement with the Minister of Police with his comments, quote, "There are some people who just need to be kept safe, and there is no way that anyone apart from police should know where that is," end quote?
Now, the member's going to have a third chance to get the question right. An agreement is not an action.
Has he seen any reports of the Minister of Police saying, quote, "There are some people who just need to be kept safe, and there is no way that anyone apart from police should know where that is," end quote? And does he agree with that statement?
Mr Speaker?
Well, I'll let the Minister answer. In my view, it still didn't get there. But
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, yes, he has seen those reports, and I reiterate what I said in my answer to the last 2 questions. Immigration already had that information.
Why did he think Immigration New Zealand officials requested 2 police detectives to accompany the immigration officials to the home of the estranged wife of Carol Schrobeck?
Mr Speaker, that's an operational matter for those immigration officials.
question number 3, Dr Duncan Webb.
Tēnā koutou mana whakawā. My